Hey guys, so I am going to start by blocking out my eyeballs with my eyeballs? No, my brows. Don't block out your eyebrows or your eyeballs, it might hurt. I'm using some glue stick and I'm just pushing those hairs up and layering on the glue stick. You can see it's kind of thick. Just wait for that to dry. We just try to smooth out those hairs, and I like to stick them up so that there's no like hairs on my eyelids kind of a thing. Then we're covering that with some shape tape, and I did take a NYX fat white pencil and I put that over it too, just to block it out a bit more. Now we're going to put on some foundation. Try to find some foundation that is lighter than your skin. This is about 2 shades lighter than my skin, which wasn't as light as I wanted it, so I added some shape tape to lighten it up as well. You can use white face paint if you want. I wanted it to be more fleshy toned for this. Then I'm going to set that with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And guys, I am just using stuff I have. I didn't go out and buy anything for this, so just get creative and use what you have. Now I am going to take a black eyeliner. You can take any black eyeliner pencil that you like, and I'm just drawing these lines, kind of like starting from the back of my brow all the way down to the middle of my nose. This is going to start to carve out our skeleton brow bone. And then I'm just taking a flat brush and I'm pulling that product down, creating a shadow underneath. And I'll tell you this right now, get some face wipes ready because you will mess up. I messed up quite a bit, and so I just had some wet wipes ready and I just wiped off my goofs and started over. So I wanted to do a heart-shaped eye for this. You can do a regular skeleton-shaped eye if you want, but I just thought a heart would be so cute, and I haven't ever really seen that on any tutorials. So we're just doing the same thing, drawing it in, then kind of pulling the product down with a flat brush. Don't worry if it's perfect, we're gonna fix it and do a lot more detail coming up later. We're just getting our basic shapes on right now and then blending it down a bit. And don't worry if your eyes are not the same size, because skeletons' orb holes usually aren't the same size. Orb. See, I've got my wet wipe, wiping away some mess ups. All right, now we're gonna draw on our nose. And I am doing kind of an outline outside of the nose, you'll see, and then I'm gonna fill in the middle. And I forgot to film the black cream that I used on the inside of my nose, but you can fill it in with whatever black you have. I had some old Ben Nye black face cream that I used. And then see, I messed up. I didn't like how that looked, so I just wiped it off and put on some shape tape. And then I'll draw that back in a minute. And I'm kind of just figuring this out as I go, so I'm going to change a lot of things as I go. So I'm just filling that nose in, bringing it up just a little bit more. And then I'm redrawing that outline and kind of connecting it. I kind of look like a panda. All right, now we're going to do the outline of the skull, which can be the hardest part for some people, but if you see it, it's just kind of a loose 3. So you're not going to do like a tight 3. You're going to kind of loosen it and come in by your lips. And I didn't come in far enough, so I'm just going to keep going in till I get it the way I like it. So, like I said, we do a lot of wiping off here. Yep, I wanted to bring it in quite far. Now we're going to draw in the teeth, and I am so sorry guys that I am out of view for this. I basically just drew some wiggles above my lips. You don't want them to be completely straight because that doesn't look as realistic. So some of them are wiggly, some are kind of straight. You can kind of see here. And then I'm just connecting those with a half circle at the bottom. And that is where the teeth sit inside. And then I'm going to bring that down and start drawing in the teeth. And my upper teeth are coming down onto my bottom lip. I know that's different than a lot of people do. They usually stop their teeth right on their top lips and then start their bottom lip with the bottom teeth. But I went past. It doesn't look as good when you talk, I guess. Then I'm doing the same thing on the bottom. So I'm starting by drawing the teeth on top, and then I will do the squiggly lines and connect them with the half circle. And again, I'm so sorry you can't see this very well. Just find a picture of a skull to kind of reference if you need help. That's kind of what I did. I just looked at a picture of a skull and just kind of tried to draw what I saw. Now I'm just kind of filling in and covering any mistakes that I made. Now I'm going to do this about 1,000,000 times, but I'm defining the outside of those lines with an Epic ink liner. So this is like a liquid liner, which is what I used for the teeth as well. I love using the ink liner because it's just like drawing with like a marker or pen. I don't know, it's a lot easier. And it goes on a lot better than a regular black liner pencil. Now I'm just taking this angled brush, and I'm going to take this Jaclyn Hill palette, this reddish brown in the very bottom. I don't know the name, and I'm gonna fill in some detail shadowing on the bottom halves of the teeth. We're gonna shade a lot in this look, so get your shading shoes on. Oh my gosh. I think I switched to my taper brush there, and now I'm just defining the teeth. We're just gonna go back and forth with different pencils and define things. So right now I'm just making those teeth more definitive, kind of drawing in a black shadow. With all the shading, sometimes the shape can get lost, so you're just going to go back and forth with shading and with drawing in the details. So that's why it's nice to have a picture to reference, because then you don't get lost in trying to figure out what to do. So here I'm taking a pencil brush and that brown color again and just filling that in. And then I grabbed my chubby stick. I don't know what this is actually called, if it's a chubby stick. It's the fat white stick from NYX, the cream stick, and I'm just filling in the teeth. And you can see that the teeth are, the definition is kind of getting lost, so we're going to go back in with that liner and just define things again. It's all about the detail. I think for most people, at least for me, the teeth are always the hardest when I do a skull. Getting the shape of the face and the teeth, it's just kind of the trickiest part. But just keep practicing. If you don't like what you did, wipe it off and start over. Now I'm just dragging that down with that pencil brush, so I'm not putting any more product on. I was just dragging those lines down so they kind of blend up and down. Now I'm taking that Epic ink liner, and again I'm outlining and drawing a little more detail in the eyes. I kind of wanted them to look a little bit sketched or like a wooden pattern. You'll kind of see at the end what I mean, but that's the best I can describe it now. And my Jaclyn Hill palette was in my lap and I couldn't find it. So now I'm taking that brown color again and I'm filling in the eye sockets just on my lid and right underneath. And now I'm taking a black color out of the Jaclyn Hill palette and I'm shading in the inside of the edges. So we're not going all the way inside of the eye socket with the black. We're just putting it on the outside just to deepen it. And then I am taking that pencil brush again and adding some black and pulling down some shadows on the brow bone line / nose line just to hollow that out a bit more. Make it look like there's more depth there. Sunken in. I'm going to do the same thing with most of the lines. I'm just shading them, not really putting product. And if I do use some product, it's just the stuff that's already on the brush and I'm just pulling that down. So mainly I'm using the liner that's already on my face and just pulling that down. Then I took some black, did the same thing, kind of just shadowed, and then took a blending brush and blended it out. Now I'm taking that brown color again and I'm going to hollow out that cheek hole. And then taking some black on top of that, keeping that a bit higher. I'm just blending that out. Now I'm going to draw on that bottom jawline. And you'll see that I don't like the shape, so I'm going to have to redo it in a second. Like I said, you just try, and if you don't like it, wipe it off. I just added a bit of a shadow line right there on my cheekbone, and now I'm taking that off and drawing that just a little bit more up into that hollowed part. If that makes sense, you'll see. Just like that. So they looked more connected, even though they're not connected. So I'm just adding some powder there where I put on some more concealer, and I'm darkening that outer edge of the hole, just deepening it and making it look more sunken in. Then I went ahead and did the other side, and now I'm filling in the hearts a little bit more with some black, just to make them pop a bit more and to hollow them out a bit more. Now I'm covering that black cream paint with some black eyeshadow so that it doesn't rub off, kind of setting it with shadow. And then I decided to draw an outline on top of the nose. And again, I'm detailing those eyes, bringing in some lines, kind of making it look like wood. Then I'm going to do my liner. Nothing too fancy, just lining my lids. And then I decided to define the teeth a bit more. Just go through and fix what you think needs fixing, basically. This is your creation. So use your imagination or a picture. I keep saying that, that's probably annoying. Now I'm drawing a crack on the forehead. You can do whatever you want here. Just be creative. I just thought it needed something. And so you could draw a couple cracks, you could draw whatever you want. A hole, I don't know, like a bullet hole, whatever. Now I'm just taking a pinkish shade. I should have showed you better. Oh, I'm mixing those two, orange and pink, and kind of creating like rosy cheeks. I thought that would be cute because we have heart eyes. So I put on some mascara and a headband and pulled my hair down. And now I decided to bring the heart up a bit more, up above my eyebrows, just so that it would stand out more. Actually, my husband told me I should, so it wasn't my idea, but I agreed with him. I think it looks a little bit better to bring that up a little bit more. So I'm just using that Epic ink liner again, and then I'm going to fill it in with some black eyeshadow or cream paint. I can't remember which one. Either, anything you have. Getting the heart shape on my eyebrows was really hard, by the way. Because of the hairs and because that skin's like a little bit more loose, I guess. It was like pulling up when I was trying to draw on it, so it was really hard, but I don't know. All right, and now I'm just kind of going back in, shading, doing more detail work. Just do it till what you think it looks good. Till what you think it looks good. Gush. I have good English. Gush, gush. Then I'm throwing on some beautiful fluffy lashes. The more dramatic, the better. Especially for like Halloween looks. These were as dramatic as I had though, so. Now I'm taking those rosy colors again and adding them on the top of my forehead, just shadowing it down more and just bringing that color more into the picture. I just thought the rosy cheeks were a little bit too much right there. I'm also bringing those colors into that hollowed part, and then I'm shading the outside of my face. And then you gotta fix your hair. And I know it looks like we're done, but we're not, because I just keep going and going and going. Then you need to fill in your waterline so that it looks even more black. And it would be cool if you had some contacts to wear with this. I don't have any, so some black contacts or whatever Halloween contacts you have, that would be fun. Then I highlighted all of the milky bone parts of my face, and now I'm taking that black shadow and just going around the negative space on the sides of my face. Then I decided to do some like neck bones, but I did them off camera, so sorry. You can just look at a picture and do what you want. I didn't even look at a picture, I just kind of sketched them on and they kind of look terrible, but it's not too bad. I don't know. Just detailing a bit more too, like just keep going in, making it your own, adding your own touches. And define any lines that you thought like got lost and stuff. So this is it, guys. Like and subscribe. And stay tuned for some more Halloween looks. I'm so excited. I love fall. I love Halloween. I love dressing up. You can see my neck bones. They look kind of awful, but it doesn't matter. All right, like and subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified. Thanks you guys for watching. Bye.